Does your outdoor space need a little dressing up? How about a DIY planter box? It's easier than you think, I've been told, and here to prove it are the BroLaws. I heard a rumor that even I could make one of these DIY projects you all have at Tracy Moore approved.
We do.
Okay.
You know how we want to inspire and let people know that they can tackle DIYs no matter what their skill level is. Like, you've seen our kids use power tools on this show. We want to let you know that you can do this.
Yeah.
I think personally, for me, it's a huge mental health break as well. We've got the busyness of our days being dads, running a business. We're managing like people's biggest investments of their lives in their house with our renovations. But when I get to sit down with a DIY, I'm focused on one thing for a specific time. I'm cutting, you're putting it together, and it gives your head that little break. So it can be really nice, and that's why we're so passionate about inspiring people, empowering them to use tools, create with their hands, and just explore that space more.
Oh, that's a really good sell for me. Like anything that's going to be sort of a bit of a distraction, but I'm a little hypnotized and I'm away from digital, and ooh, I love it. Okay, I'll do some DIY. What do I do? So let's talk about this one. How do we make that?
We'll walk you through this one. So it really is simple, it's just building boxes and stacking them on top of one another. So first step, you're gonna head over to your local home hardware, pick out what material you're gonna use. So this is 2x8, it's 1.5 inches thick. Figure out how big you want your planter box to be. So this is about 24 inches wide on the inside. So we're gonna cut each of these at 25.5 inches. So 1.5 inches longer. And then when you go to put it together, you're really just chasing yourself around and attaching one into the next. So as one ends, you're screwing it in, and then just follow yourself around and screw in the ends of each of them as you go.
Okay, and make sure you do it that way or it's not gonna work.
Exactly.
It's gotta be overlapped sort of on one side all the way through. I like chasing it through. That's a good way to explain it.
Keep it consistent.
Yeah.
All right, so you ready to do some of this with us? You want to put in some screws?
Oh, I'm actually going to do it?
You are. We've got a couple different benchmark tools here. These drills are a little bit different from each other. So learning what one works well for you can be a good idea too. So let's try both of them.
They're both going to do the same thing.
Yeah, this is an impact drill.
Okay.
So it's got a little bit more power, a little bit more torque.
All right. This is what I usually wear for these projects. So this will be good.
Heels and all.
Heels and all. I love it.
That's what I usually do at home.
Line it up and give it a little pressure and pop that in. Pull that through. Woo! See?
Look at it.
All right, now try that one. See how that one goes? Feel the power? Yeah.
I'm gonna back it.
Let's go.
Okay, so
Line
like
it
that.
up, nice and easy.
Is it good?
Yeah. We want to keep pressure. Got it.
That is so cool. Yeah, they're like, give it back. Give it back. So that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And then one little neat thing you could do with something this size.
Oh, that's so nice.
Throw your number signs on there.
Yeah.
It's nice for the house. You fill it with the plants.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice.
One other little touch we did with this was the bottom boards are pressure treated lumber, so it does better around like snow and getting wet and stuff like that. It's going to last a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then we painted it black, and all of a sudden it's modern.
Right?
Right? So
It's so true. It's so true. That's beautiful. Okay, let's move on to your next one. So we've got beginner, we've got maybe intermediate there.
Yes.
Okay.
So this one, again, it's fairly simple. You're just cutting wood, screwing it together. It's that easy, everybody. But here we kind of played with the legs for it a little bit more.
Okay.
So instead of bringing it all the way down to the ground, we've got it lifted up that little bit, and we have the legs going around, and you can just have fun with them. You can do different designs on them. Here we've used some 2x2 wood, and we've mitered the corners on a 45. Again, you paint it white, it gives it a little design, a little style, a little flair.
Yeah, very nice. I love the design actually. Like they are so much more than just contractors, these two. That's a beautiful design element.
Yeah, and then your next decision is whether or not you're going to do potted plants or if you're going to plant inside your planter.
Right.
So if you want a planting right inside here, you just got to make sure you do a liner to protect that wood and keep the moisture in. Then you can plant right inside the box, or you can do a false bottom, and then that way you can swap out your plants with the seasons. You're just taking out the potted plant and dropping in your next one.
Oh, that's what I do at home all the time. Like just keep it easy. I put bricks in there or stones or whatever, and then you just throw it on top. Okay, so beautiful. Anything else to say about this one, or can we move on?
Well, I think we can move on.
Let's get advanced. What have we got in the advanced category?
So this one is is a little bit more complicated for the builder. You want to be really good with your tools here because this one requires using a table saw.
Okay.
So what you're going to be building is what's called a French cleat. So what we've taken here is 1x2 material.
Yeah.
We've run it through a table saw on a 45-degree angle. So that's creating this bevel right on the top. We're going to attach one of those to our wall right here. Make sure that that point is facing out. And then we're going to attach the other end to the back of the planter box, facing down. So you have one facing up, one facing down. That's the key here. And then when they come together, you're going to drop that in, and that's how they lock together right there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So now you can have a little bit of fun with it. You can design the wall. You can have it go as high as you want. You can make these planters in different boxes, different shapes, different sizes. You can go bigger, smaller. And now you can hang them up on the wall anywhere you want.
That's beautiful.
So you can take it down, you can load it up, you can move it around, you can switch them, you can move them. Just lots of different mobility and freedom to do whatever you want with it.
And paint them. And let's talk a little bit about the wood that you used. What do you prefer? What have you used for these projects?
So it really depends on what you're planning on planting. If you're planting with food, then you really want to be careful about what you're using for the outside, because if it has any chemicals in it, that might leach into the food. If you're using flowers, then you can really put anything you want to together. We've used cedar for these. They've got a natural oil in them that helps prevent like bugs and stuff from getting into your stuff a little bit like that as well.
And this smells so good.
So good.
Right in there.